Veteran Mac here. Wanted to do a 1-year review on the Smith&Wesson SD9VE 9mm pistol. For the most part, this has been a very good gun. Just wanted to kind of do a 1-year review on it and just kind of let people know of any problems or anything like that I've had out of it. As far as a round count, I really have not been keeping count, but I would say 500 to 700 rounds that I have put through this pistol. It's still under 1,000 after a year. Initially, I bought this for my truck gun, but after my Glock got stolen, been kind of using this as like my main gun a little bit, as well as my little 38 special revolver. It's kind of on the fence so far about buying a new gun. Not sure what I want to get, but anyway, magazine's empty, gun's unloaded, nice lubed up. Now, I have not had any jams or anything like that out of this gun, no stovepipes or anything. And I have actually tried to jam it up a little bit. I've limp wristed it, shot it upside down, tried mixtures of ammo in the magazine. I've used a little bit of steel cased on it. Have not been able to get it to jam up, which is great. I mean, I tried to, but I didn't want to see it to, if that makes any sense. Only little bit of issue I've had like that is I've had a light primer strike on some Winchester forged steel cased ammunition. That was like the only little issue, and I honestly do believe that was the primer on that cartridge and not the gun. As far as a couple other little issues I've had have been magazine related. Meaning, like, this is supposed to hold 16 rounds. However, it's very difficult to get 16 rounds in here. And when you do, and you kind of leave them loaded a little bit like I did now, every once in a while, I load it up, I take it to the range, at least 2-3 times during that range visit. I do not get the last round bolt hold open because the follower does not come all the way back up like it is supposed to. Kind of see it's doing it now. There it goes. But so what you got to do, you just got to take the spring out and just kind of stretch it out a little bit more. But it is, if you own one of these, you know how hard it is to fit that 16th round in there. Magazines themselves look great. Like I said, they just have a few little problems with the follower not wanting to come back up and fitting that 16th round in there. As far as other little problems I've had out of this gun, honestly, it's the trigger. Again, the gun is unloaded, but typically when I shoot, I kind of have my finger on the gun like that, just kind of like at the tip right there. Now, I can dry fire this gun like that, and everything's fine. However, the pull of this trigger is different. It's different when there's actually a loaded cartridge in the gun and you are about to fire a bullet than it is when you are dry firing. When the gun is loaded and I shoot like this, after the first magazine, my finger's a little sore. After the second magazine, my finger starts to get a little bruised. I don't necessarily think it's from just that kind of a heavy weight of the trigger. It almost kind of snaps back a little bit, if that makes sense. So when I shoot this gun, I tend to shoot it a little bit like this, where I have my finger over some, just so it does not hurt my finger. And that's kind of my little issue there. Again, I do not like to modify the internals of my pistol, especially a cheaper end gun like this. But this is, for all intents and purposes, this is a great gun. Yes, I would definitely trust my life to this gun. It could be a great carry gun, great truck gun, home defense, whatever. This is a great pistol. Except for that one time on that steel cased ammo with the light primer strike, every single time I pulled this trigger, it is fired. Every single time. Now let's take a look at the insides here and kind of show you a little bit of where that has happened. I do lube my guns with grease other than oil. Grease, it doesn't run off, burn off, dry off. It kind of stays where you put it. We'll kind of start right here on the guide rod. This little part here that, get it to focus better, that goes up against the barrel, you can don't know how well you might be able to see that, but you can kind of see like this is up a little bit higher than it is right here. A little bit lopsided. Like whatever side is up against the barrel, it seems to kind of get worn down a little bit more. So I would honestly say after about 1,000 rounds, maybe 1,200, this is going to need replacing. Yes, there's aftermarket guide rods you can get, metal. I've even heard Glock 19 guide rods work in this. Alright, as far as the barrel itself goes, rifling, all that looks great. Kind of see it there, looks good. There is a couple wear marks. You can kind of see that line there. There's like a line here, and that's kind of inevitable. You can't prevent all wear no matter how much you lube it up. As far as the inside here, again, you can kind of see, for some reason, I'm not sure how this happened, but there's a line starting here going all the way down here. Not sure how that could have happened. And there's some wear right here. It's kind of it there as far as wear. There's also a little mark on the back right here. I'm not sure how that happened. That happened just through the function of the gun. As far as the inside of the frame, for some reason there's some wear here on the inside of this green tab that kind of holds in your takedown bar. I'm not sure how that wear happened because there's nothing touching that. All this looks good, trigger spring, all that, everything looks good. There's really no wear on anything except for that on the inside of this. Everything looks good. I haven't had any problems with any of these pins or anything like that coming out. You know, it works good. Now, just kind of wanted to do this little 1 year review here, and just to let people see it in case they're kind of on the fence. I know there's already quite a few different reviews on this gun out, as it is a cheaper end gun, so a lot more people tend to have this gun. I mean, it's a great gun. I'm going to continue to own it. I probably will never get rid of this gun. Of course, you know, there's some wear there on the barrel. I mean, it's been a great gun, honestly. I definitely do recommend this gun. Maybe a cheaper gun, but it runs like a Glock, in my opinion. It's just a really great gun. Yes, I would trust my life with this gun. I would have no problem with that. You know, I do tend to carry this gun quite often nowadays. See the light, everything works good there. But just kind of wanted to do this little 1 year review here on the SD9VE. Just showcase some of the problems and issues I've had with it, which are very little. Still a great gun. Still recommend this gun. You know, any questions, comments, you know, just please leave those below. I appreciate y'all for watching, and I'll talk to y'all later.